Hello my little lovebirds, TonyaTko here, and this is take 3. I started recording this video 2 times before, but I just got so upset that I had to stop the recording and try again, because you know I don't like making videos screaming at people. So so I'm here, I'm going to try again. Okay, listen. Alright, listen. The title of today's video is A Letter to Leave. And this is a response to a letter that I received, and I felt that it deserved an urgent response. So the video that I had intended to do this week is going to get pushed back. So make sure you subscribe to my videos here on YouTube, or you can come over to my Facebook page and subscribe to my app over there. Make sure when you subscribe to me here on YouTube that you click the button to receive the alert via email to let you know when I've uploaded a new video, because sometimes the subscriptions just don't let you know on your homepage when I've made a new video. And then the app on Facebook, which is facebook.com/TonyaTko show, that app does allow you to, it has a check mark for you to be emailed when I do upload something new. Okay, you want to get into today's video? A letter to leave. I got a letter from a young woman. Well, I got a letter from a woman who is in an emotionally abusive relationship, and she can't leave because she's dependent on him financially to take care of her 3 daughters, or just her 3 daughters. She said that she can't make it without him financially, and she has 3 daughters. The oldest is 15, and the youngest is a bit over 2. That's the bulk of the information that I'm going to reveal, because as you know, this is anonymous. So she says that she saw something in his behavior towards her daughters which makes her for certain that she must go. I think he revealed something about himself or showed a side of him, or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to start this video with a PSA, a public service announcement. And if you've never forwarded out any of my videos before, please, I implore you, I urge you to please forward out this one for this first message alone. And this goes out to ladies and men who have children who live with women. Oh, be cautious. And this is the part where I start getting upset. Okay, I'm going to stay calm. Okay. Woo-sa. All right, say it with me. Woo-sa. Okay, I feel better. All right. Ladies, I urge you, I implore you, I beseech you, please stop bringing non-related men around your daughters, especially in live-in situations, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, there's some people that dispute whether we are animals or not. Let's just alleviate all of the confusion on that. And can we admit that we are mammals? Can we at least admit that we are mammals in the animal kingdom, and that we have endocrine systems and biological systems and hormonal systems which you may not fully understand, which I may not fully understand, which Darwin's and the theory of evolution people may not understand. But this I want you to hear. And even if you don't understand it, if you need more clarification, do some research, honey. I implore you. Go search in your search engine for what I'm about to tell you. Stop bringing non-related men around your daughter. There's a biological reason for that. Bringing non-related men, especially living in a situation with men who are not related to your daughters, makes them more fertile, or it makes them fertile earlier. It brings on their puberty and makes them ready to mate. Oh, how do I put this? Men who are not related to your daughters, they secrete a pheromone, which you can't smell. And that pheromone goes out to your daughter, and it triggers her puberty, and it makes her grow breasts and hairs and hips, and even brings on her menses earlier. Because the reason for that is because it's there to get her out of the house. She's supposed to grow up. She grows up. Her father's not there to protect the family. So this biological response makes her grow up faster, essentially taking away her childhood. It makes her grow up faster so that she can get out of the house. But unfortunately, in today's time, our daughters are not marrying at 14. They're not marrying at 13. They're not marrying young. We're keeping them in the house until they are college aged and sometimes beyond. And let me explain this to you. Oh, God. Men are naturally drawn. They cannot help it. They are naturally drawn to fertility. Hear me. Honey, let me explain something to you. Did you know that when you are ovulating, that you can go out there and you can get practically any man that you choose because he just won't be able to help himself? Your voice sounds sweeter. You're secreting a pheromone that draws him in, and he cannot say no. And then you know what? This is the part that bothers me, is because she's in a dysfunctional relationship with 3 girls in the house with this man, which means that this man does not really care about her. And now she has 3 daughters who are coming into puberty around this man, sending out unknown and hidden pheromones to this man who is actually triggering her puberty on, triggering their puberty on, taking away what little childhood we have in this day and age in a household with a man who does not care about you. Honey, don't do it. Oh, jeez Louise. Oh, hold tight, Tonya. Hold tight. Hold tight. Sorry, it just bothers me so much because, you know what, first of all, there's so many things wrong with this letter, and I'm going to go into them one by one, but I'm going to tell you part of the reason that this bothers me so much is because I have seen it with my own eyes, and some people think that I'm pro-woman and I'm a feminist and all this other stuff. First of all, in the true essence of feminism, there's nothing wrong with wanting the sociological, economic, and political equality of women. But my videos, I don't assign a gender to. As a matter of fact, 70% of my viewers are men. The messages that I give out can go on either side. I talk about self-love. And how that message relates to men. Men, you really have to be careful with who you mate with. Because if you have daughters and this woman is running wild, bringing all types of men around your girls, it's triggering stuff that you don't want to happen. You don't want to test fate in that way. Goodness, you're living with a man who don't care about you, and then now your daughters are growing breasts and hips and ovulating and sending out hormonal messages to these men that are bringing and drawing them on. I just don't want anybody to have any problems. So ladies, so this is why I'm saying it bothers me, is because I've seen with my own eyes. I have seen women who have had children, and these women don't know they're arched from the elbow. And they've fallen in and out of love. They can't be without a man. So they got this man, and they're too quick to let somebody move in with them, especially with their daughters. I've seen it. Lord. Oh, how I've seen it. They let the man move in. They got their daughters there. You know, they got to go to work. They letting these men babysit their daughters. And you don't know them. Golly, Tonya, please. Okay, I'm going to stay calm. But ladies, listen. And men, please be careful with who it is that you mate with. Because some of these ladies are not right. Some of them are not right. Ladies, please take your time. Especially if you have children. Take your time. Don't move just any man into your house. Don't move into just any man's house. Be particularly careful if you have daughters. And then if you have sons, golly, you know what? Just we as women are just so damn desperate to have any old piece of man. I get so many girls that come to my videos talking and trying to lambast me because I am child free and not yet wed. I got my husband. And then people, the biggest insult, you can't hold on to no man. Some of these men are not supposed to be held on to. It's like we define our esteem. We define our worth by whether or not we can hold on to any piece of man. Doesn't matter how he treats us. And I'm getting upset again. I have women who write to me telling me that they feel or they were taught that it's their definition of a good woman to be able to stick by her man. And you don't want to hear what some of these men are doing to these women. Then these women still feel that they got to stick by this. Are you kidding me? Are you out of your doggone mind? Seriously. You got to stick by yourself. Before you go out there trying to figure out how to love some man, how to try to make some man love you, honey, you got to start by loving yourself. That starts within. Talking about you, I want to be a good woman and stick by him, and he's cheating on her. He's not treating her right because the people around are talking about, you can't hold on to no man. Some of these men need to be thrown back out into the sea. Some of these fish need to be flopped back out into the ocean. Let me go on with the video. I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with the letter. Or maybe it does. I don't know. Number one was stop bringing these non-related men around your daughters because it brings on early onset puberty and fertility, which can create a situation in that house that you don't want to have to deal with. And this lady said that her 15-year-old daughter is angry and out of control. Those were her words. You need to sit down and talk to your daughter, honey, because you don't know what may be happening behind the scenes. I don't know how long you've been living with this man. You know what? We're going to talk about the timetable, too. Talking about none of these children are his, and you have a child that's a little over 2, and you're dependent on him financially? How? We're going to talk about that at the end of the letter. Let me calm down. Okay, let's bring it back down an octave because I know my microphone is very sensitive. All right. The second thing that I'd like to ask is, what are you bringing to this relationship, lady? What are you bringing to this relationship besides a pretty face, your magic vagina, and 4 mouths to feed? This is the problem right here. And I'm going to tell you why. Number 3 is because, listen, you got to know your worth. You have to know your worth. That's why I ask, what is it that you're bringing to the relationship? Because I don't think you know. What is your contribution? What was it that you were doing before you met him? What's your contribution to the relationship and your contribution to your life? Do you feel that you have anything to give? Do you know who you are? Number 4. I want to know what's wrong with your arms and legs, lady, that you can't work. What's wrong with your arms, your legs, your fingers, and your toes? You did not tell me that you were disabled in this letter. You said you can't take care of your children. And we're going to talk about birth control at the end of this video. You just now realizing you can't take care of your kids? You didn't realize that after the first one, or the second one, and then the third one? When did you start realizing that you couldn't take care of children? You know, we get on these men. He can't take care of his kids. He ain't taking care of his children. Goodness gracious. Do we not have a role in that? Can we take care? Oh God, you know what? I often say this. We can't control other people, but we can control ourselves. I did that video, Broke Boys Gets No Booty. Remember that video? It caused a ruckus. And the basic premise of that video was men who cannot afford to have children should not be having sex. They should not. And there was one woman who said something very poignant over there on the video. She said, I can take care of the children myself. Okay. By all means, dozo. Have at it, my friend. But then, what happens if the man can't take care of the children and you can't take care of the children? What happens then? At what point do you say, I need to invest in some form of reliable birth control? How many more do you bring into the world knowing that you can't take care of them? Let's go. Let's move on. Number 5. And I want you to hear me and hear me good. The life that you're living today is a result of choices that you made 3 years ago. Do you hear what I'm saying? And this goes for her and every single person watching this video. Look around at your life. The life that you are living today is a result of the choices that you made 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Everything that you have, don't have, the things that you don't want and the things that you want more of, the things that you're getting and the things that you're not getting, the things you're on the brink of and the things you're still yearning for, the life that we're living today is a result of the choices that we made 3 years ago. So no, we can't go back. Oh, no. We can't go back. But what we can do is realize the life that we want to live 3 years from now starts with the actions that we do today. Hear me. The life that you want to live 3 years from now starts with the actions that you do today. So I want to ask this woman, what are you going to do? What are you going to do from this day forward? What are you going to do so that 3 years from now you're not in the same situation, looking around, not knowing what happened? You know what? I don't know what it is that you expected from me when you wrote me this letter. Oh, poor little thing. It's going to be, no, it's not going to be all right unless you do something. Remember, and I said this before and I'll say it again, if nothing changes, things still don't stay the same. The world is moving. Technology is becoming more advanced. The economy is changing. Inventions are changing. You're getting older. Your body is not the same. Your children are getting older, or your eggs are getting older. Your semen's getting older. You've been at your job longer. Your elbows ain't the same that they was before. If nothing changes, nothing still stays the same. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do so that when you're 40, you're not looking around wondering, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Not knowing what happened and how your life got there. I want to know, A, are you educating yourself? B, are you saving any type of money? C, are you putting away any money? And D, have you thought about your exit strategy? Because she says she's dependent on him, so I don't think she knows how she's going to get out. You know what? And even if he is supplying all of the money into that relationship, are you siphoning a little bit? She said that they went on a trip recently. Okay. Did you ask him for any spending money? Say you want to go buy a dress, you go to the $9 store and you put away the rest of the money? Are you saving? You know you want to get out of this relationship. What are you doing? What were you doing before when you met him? When and you know what the thing about it is that she knew this man wasn't no good. She showed me a picture of him and I saw him with his little pimp suit on, his little pimp hat, and his zoot suit. I don't know what they're called nowadays, with this look on his face. Oh, I don't want to call him fat and out of shape because I can stand to lose a few pounds. But listen, let me just go off on a tangent and just say this to people. Please look at how people treat themselves. If you have a person who's taking good care of themselves, they're eating good foods, they're getting their exercise, and they treat themselves like a king or a queen, I'm not saying they're going to be perfect or good to you, but think about the contrast of if they are not even good to themselves, how can you expect for them to be good to you? So if this person is abusing themselves with alcohol or whatever, not getting enough sleep, living their life on the edge, maybe some drugs are involved, or some dangerous behavior, or some overspending, or some not treating themselves right, or this, that, and the other. If this person is not treating themselves right, if this person talks badly about themselves or abuses themselves, what can you expect for you? Oh my goodness. You know what I just realized? I just realized that she moved in with this person without even having met the other members of his family. That's very interesting. You know what? So, I mean, you don't know how I was going to say, how does he treat his mother? But she moved in with him never having even met, or this is what I'm saying. What state, what condition were you in when you met him? Were you not working? There are governmental programs. There are shelters. There's just so many different facets of assistance. I'm just wondering, what was the state of your life when you met him? Were you just, I mean, and then taking gifts and handouts from strangers? I'm just saying. You know what? You know what? I could be wrong for this. I could be wrong for this. But I have a hard time taking the things that I need from people that I don't know. I have a hard time accepting things that I need. The things that I want, by all means, to provide some of my wants, the extravagant things, but the needs, I have a hard time accepting that from strangers, because nothing is free. Nothing is free, and you could get yourself caught up in a situation where you cannot get away without having to pay the piper. Oh goodness, I've gotten off topic. Okay. You're dependent on him, and he knows it. And because you don't know your worth, he doesn't know your worth either. Because what was the state of you when you came into this relationship? Do you have respect for yourself? Enough for him to have respect for you too, so that if he ever tries any of that, you shut it down. He knows he's stepping to a queen. He knows he doesn't talk to a queen that way. Do you know your worth? Because you have to have that basic foundation, the fundamentals inside there, so that when foolishness comes your way like an umbrella, oh honey, or like a jackhammer, you pelt that down. And you know what? I want to go on because I don't want the video to be too long. And because you don't know who you are, you're attracting this type of person to you. We talked about birth control a little bit, but ladies, you know what? Go to your local Planned Parenthood. Get educated on the types of different birth control that they have out there, so that you're not bringing other people into this situation. You know what? You may not have control over other people, but you have control over yourself. Okay, condoms break. Birth control is not foolproof. Okay, then abstain. Diddle yourself. Go get a vibrator or something. Don't participate in high-risk activities. Unprotected sex, I mean, that's high risk in many different ways. I don't even want to get into disease in this video. But what are you doing? Living on the edge? You got to take care of those kids. They have to be first and foremost. And taking care of the mother of the kids, taking care of yourself is of the utmost importance. You know how they say you got to put your face mask on before you put it on other people? You have to love yourself, and you have to think those children are an extension of you. I don't want to stay on that. But loving those children, loving yourself is in essence loving the children. Loving the children is in essence loving yourself. I wanted to ask, this was here. I cannot say this. I cannot miss this, rather. We are made to feel that seeking a man who has stability and a man who has money. I'm not talking about rich, but a person who's stable and has his act together. So we are made to feel like we're gold diggers if we expect for a man to be able to take care of his children. No, cut that out. That's the hypnotism people want you to believe. And speaking of hypnotism, don't put yourself in the presence of people who are battering you. Remember, you know, nihilism. This stuff seeps in like the self-fulfilling prophecy. You hear something enough and you start to become that. So the next point is, remember I did that video, Don't Go Down, for Maya Campbell? The girl who's bipolar, she got herself caught up in a situation where she's not on her medication, and now she's out there being abused and filmed on camera by men. Don't go down. Keep yourself up. Take care of yourself while you can. You know why they say of sound mind and body? When you start to lose it in here for yourself, when you start to go down, when you start to get depressed, when you stop loving yourself, when you start hating yourself, it starts to begin to get too late. When those ideas first start entering your mind, when people start trying to push those ideas into your mind, you punch the ideas out. You beat those back out. Remember I said some fish need to be flipped back into the sea. You can't let these ideas seep into your subconscious, because remember, the subconscious mind does not sleep. You can hypnotize your own self while you're awake. Speaking of which, I did a video on hypnotism. I implore you to go watch that video. I did a video on neurologic linguistic programming and doing some key phrases to help you feel better about yourself. I'll put a link around here. I want to get off of this video, but I want to know, how did you become dependent on this man in under 2 years? What was the state of your life? What were you doing? Were you in college at that time? Were you thinking about your future? Were you moving towards something? Do you have anything going on in your life? Are you just sitting around? I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand this. Take care of yourself, because you got children to take care of, and obviously you see the fathers are not there, so it's on you. You're all they have. They can't depend on this man. He's here today, gone tomorrow, and he's abusive, and he's programming what is acceptable for these young ladies. You said your 15-year-old is angry and out of control. The angry part I can understand. You'd be angry too. It sounds like there's some things that you're not doing. Nobody should come between you and your kids. Nobody. And now at 15, she's 3 years away from 18. I don't know what to do now at this stage for her. Also, she's 15. Why is she not working? Can't people start working at 13 in this country? Or is it 15? Can't she work and help? Talk to your daughter. Say, listen, Sarah, we need to raise up out of here. We all gonna have to work and save towards something bigger and better. We gotta get up out this situation. Come help me work with mama. Listen, get yourself a job after school as a cashier. We're working towards something. I don't know. You know what? I'm sorry. I hope I have not offended anybody, but I feel like there's a message, that there's one message in here that somebody out there needs to hear. And I've been talking for a long time, so I'm going to get off of this video. You want a hug? You know, it's been a hard video. I've been screaming most of the video. So let's hug, let's hug, let's hug, let's hug. I love you guys. Now listen, get out there. Make sure you love one another, but most importantly, love yourself. I'd like your comments below. Men and women, young and old, girls and boys, please comment below. Come over to Facebook and stay in touch with me. I post a lot of my topics on there. It's easy for you to get in touch with me over there. I'm on Facebook every day. So that's facebook.com/TonyaTko show. And remember, that's Tonya what? With an O. And I'm out. Peace. I love you guys.